Our next talk is from Trevor Garlett from Wheatbelt Aboriginal Health Services. Trevor, would you like to come up?
Morning all. Today I'm going to be doing my presentation on our diabetes clinic that we run at the Aboriginal Health Centre in Northern, and we call it our Noongar Diabetes Clinic. So Noongar being the local people, Pudja meaning country, so it's our diabetes clinic. Okay, so we respectfully acknowledge the past and present traditional owners of this land on which we have gathered today, the Kaurna people. It is a privilege to be standing on Kaurna country. I also acknowledge the contribution of Aboriginal Australians and non-Aboriginal Australians to the health and well-being of this country we all live and share together, Australia. While I'm also doing the acknowledgement, I'd also like to acknowledge Alison Woods. She played a big part in this project. She and one of our other coordinators lifted this off the ground, and it's been running since 2005. So the Noongar Diabetes Project, so this is the story from the beginning. In May 2005, Aboriginal health professionals came together from 4 Wheatbelt regions as key consultants and designed the Noongar Project. The first clinic in 2006 became known as the Noongar Diabetes Clinic. The Noongar Diabetes Clinic is coordinated by Wheatbelt Aboriginal Health Service and implemented collaboratively with our public health unit and our Wheatbelt primary health team. So they're actually all the allied health services within the hospitals. And the focus of this clinic has been so far to provide screening and education related to management of diabetes. And when we first started, our service only had 1 DCA, and they had to cover 4 regions and 16 towns. So our aim is to provide a culturally appropriate program to reduce the incidence of type 2 diabetes and diabetes complications in the Wheatbelt and in our Aboriginal population. So our target was in 2003, Aboriginal people accounted for 4.8%, so that's 3,502 people which of the Wheatbelt population, and it's higher than the state average of 3.5. So we used I think it's Australian prevalence data, and it's estimated that there were between 159 478 Aboriginal people in the Wheatbelt with type 2 diabetes, and it's been likely that half of those have not yet been diagnosed. So the explanation of the Noongar Diabetes Clinic is, so basically we came up with our own symbols. So this part of it represents the community. Then we have this symbol, this represents the clinic. This symbol represents the health professionals. And finally, this is the link between the health professionals and the community to the clinic. I just wanted to give you a bit of an overview of the service we provide. So the Wheatbelt is down south, so we actually we're the 4th biggest region under wax, and we're so close to Perth that parts of our regions don't class as rural or remote, so we're on the boundary line, so we can't get a lot of services that a lot of our other neighbouring regions can get. And then we just actually broke it down to what our population area is. So we're covered by Ewart country, the Balladon country, Ngarlakala Pudja, and the, sorry, I have to think of Narragins, Narginazi. So that's basically our 4 regions we cover out in the Wheatbelt. So our main hubs are in Mora, Northern, Merredin and Narragin. And we've actually had training in 2 of our regions, in Narragin and Northern. So our competency training, we've had 3 competency trainings where QAAMS came across to our service, and they were held in 2005, 2010 and 2013. So in the first slide we have Mark with Alison Woods is one of our, she actually designed the program, and these are one of the first health workers that actually started running the clinics. Then we had an Narrabeen in 2010, and then again in Northern in just early this year. And that's at our new premises at the Aboriginal Health. And I also just like to say that we would have had pictures, but we didn't actually get permission from any of our clients, so we do apologise for pictures not being up on the slide today. So health professionals involved in our diabetes clinics is it's coordinated by the local Aboriginal health workers. We also have a diabetes educator, a podiatrist, an endocrinologist, GP, dietitians, and we also have access to allied health professionals working out of the hospitals. And we also just recently got allied health professionals actually coming into WAS once a month, running clinics out of there. No appointments required, it's just a drop-in clinic, and it's a big step for us. So the journey from now is for all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people to live and grow old in their community by being physically, mentally and spiritually strong, and to work collaboratively with stakeholders to provide a culturally secure health service to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. I'd just like to also say that our service is a government agency, so we're not actually an NGO. So a lot of the stuff that we actually do, we've designed this program around our KPIs. So a lot of the stuff that we do at our clinics, we claim back, or not claim back, but it's actually in our KPIs. So we actually know that we're funded for the next 3 years whenever we get funding from the state government. Thanks for that.